Just finding the questions, don't mind me. Hi guys, so today, before we go any further, yes, I'm wearing black lipstick, and yes, I have cat ears on. Today I wanted to do a Halloween type video, so I wanted to do a Halloween tag. I like doing tag videos because I feel like you guys get to know a little bit more about me, and I'm great, so why wouldn't you want to know more about me? I don't know. It's just a fun way to interact, I think, and also Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I'm surprised I didn't do this last year, but I wanted to do it, and I wanted an excuse to wear my black lipstick and my kitty ears, so here we are. But yeah, I have my questions on my phone, and let's get started. Number 1 is favorite Halloween movie, and I'm gonna cheat and tell you all of my favorite Halloween movies. These are movies that I absolutely have to watch during the month of October. Some of them aren't really Halloween themed, but they're kind of creepy, and they're my little claymation movies that I really love, so I'm just going to tell you all these movies. First and foremost, let's get this out of the way because it is the greatest Halloween movie of all time. I think this movie is literally perfect. There's not a thing I would change. I am a huge Sex and the City fanatic, so the fact that SJP is in this and is the best character is, well, I don't know about the best character, but she's amazing in this, and it's just literally perfect. So this, of course, everybody knows that. Another one, of course, for me is A Nightmare Before Christmas. This one I can watch from October to December because it's Halloween and Christmas, which is really cool. I go every year to the El Capitan to see it in 4D. It's really fun. I love to do it every year. I've done it for the past, I don't even know, since like high school. So I've been doing it for a long time. That's usually the one time a year I watch it. Other when it's like on TV, I always put it on. But yeah, one of my favorite movies, so of course, for the season. Corpse Bride is another one of my favorite ones. This movie gets shit on a lot, but I like it. People compare it to Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's not Nightmare Before Christmas. It's totally different. So give it a chance. It's really cute, and I just love claymation, and she's so pretty, and I love Tim Burton, so yeah. More Tim Burton. I have Edward Scissorhands, Frankenweenie, which I love. Frankenweenie is so good. Of course, Beetlejuice, one of my favorite movies of all time. When I was 8, I used to watch this on repeat like every single day. I was the weirdest child, but Beetlejuice. And then I'm the only person in the world that likes this movie, but Dark Shadows. I really enjoyed this. I watched it last night. It was on ABC Family, but yeah, I love this movie too. I also love to watch Coraline this time of year. I was Coraline for Halloween last year, and it was amazing. And yeah, so this movie I must watch. Also, the Addams Family movies. I only have the first one, but I actually really like, I think I maybe like the second one more, but this was like $5 at Target a couple years ago, so I bought it. But must watch these, but they're always on ABC Family, so I don't really need to bust out my DVDs. And then my number 1 movie that gets me in the Halloween and my birthday spirit is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, but mainly just the Sleepy Hollow part. It's Disney's version of Sleepy Hollow, The Headless Horseman, and it is amazing. It's, I think, about 20-25 minutes. It's really good. I've been watching it every year. I watch it every year on my birthday to just make me really happy, but I'll be watching it again before the season is up because I love it. It's my favorite cartoon of all time, and yeah. Number 2 is what age did you stop trick-or-treating? I can't remember, but I'm gonna say either 7th or 8th grade. But I grew up in a neighborhood that was the bomb for Halloween, like the bomb.com. I lived in a gated community, so it was kind of just a long strip of houses, and everybody went all out. People had haunted houses, they had lights, they decorated things up really good, and on Halloween we opened up the gates, and it was literally the place to be where I grew up. So I've always loved Halloween. So even after I was not actually going door to door trick-or-treating, I would still go out and walk the streets with my friends because there's haunted houses. People had really cool Halloween decorations in their front yard, a lot of Jack Skellington stuff, and I just like to walk around and see all the kids' costumes, and I also love to pass out the candy. I love to see the cute kids' costumes and how creative people are. And I have very strict rules. You have to say trick or treat, you have to be dressed up, you cannot come twice, so I was very strict with my candy. But yeah, my neighborhood was the place to be. I think our last Halloween there we bought 2,000 like pieces of candy and we ran out. We had to start giving up Pop-Tarts and popcorn bags and then eventually just turn off the lights because we weren't home. So yeah, trick-or-treating was the thing to do in my neighborhood, but as far as when I actually stopped, I'm gonna say 8th grade, which I feel like that's a little, like that's too old to be trick-or-treating, but that's what I probably did. Number 3, favorite Halloween costume you have worn. I'm gonna say one from recently and then one from my childhood. My childhood would have to be Wednesday Addams. I loved the Addams Family growing up, those movies I just mentioned, so I wanted to be Wednesday Addams, and I had the black wig with the braids, I had the black outfit, I had the black lipstick, which was my favorite part. I even had the little doll head, like the bodiless doll head that she carried around, so I was really proud of that one. I think I was about maybe 11 or 12, so I really liked that one. And then more recently, last year I dressed up as Coraline, and the costume kind of just came together perfectly, and I loved my costume last year. I wanted to be it again this year, but that's boring. But yeah, I really loved that, and I got a lot of compliments, and I didn't really see any other Coralines because it was outdated, but I wanted to be her for so long, and so I did, and I loved it. Number 4, what are you going to be this year? You'll have to come back on Friday to see that. Or I gave a little sneak peek over on my Instagram if you want to go check that out as well. But I will be showing you on Friday. Number 5, do you like going to haunted attractions? No. I know that I'm like the biggest Halloween person ever, but like I don't like haunted houses, which makes me kind of a hypocrite, I guess. I've never been to Universal Horror Nights. I've never been to Not Scary Farm. One year for theater in high school I had to work at Fright Fest, and I was so scared, like even in the backstage area, people with their clown masks, like I left. I couldn't do it. So yeah, so I do not like haunted attractions. I don't like haunted houses. I don't like people jumping out at me. I don't like people like almost touching me. I get too scared. Like I even get scared walking down Hollywood Boulevard this time of year because there's like creatures out, and I remember Beetlejuice was chasing me one year, and it just makes me nervous. So no, I don't like haunted attractions unless it's the Haunted Mansion. Number 6 is vampires or werewolves. I think I'm gonna go with vampires just because, I don't know, but vampires live forever and that kind of sucks. I definitely wouldn't want to turn into like a wolf dog type of thing, so I don't know. I guess vampires. I don't know. Number 8, do you decorate your house? The answer is yes. I take decorating for Halloween and Christmas very seriously. When my parents moved, they gave me a lot of hand-me-down stuff from like my childhood, so I bring it all out and it makes me really happy. Actually, last year I did a Halloween home decor tour, so I'll link that down below if you're interested. But my favorite decorating part of Halloween is decorating pumpkins, and I'm a pumpkin painter, not a pumpkin carver. And it started like, I've always painted them, but it got like really serious like 4 years ago. So my first year I did mini, which I loved, and that turned out really good. So like the next year I was like, I want to do more Disney themed pumpkins. So then the next year I did Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc., which those still might be like my favorite of all time so far. And then the next year I did Cheshire Cat and White Rabbit, which was last year. And then this year, if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw, but I wanted to show you anyway. I did Pooh Bear and Piglet, and here is Pooh, and he's turned out so good. These kind of take me a while just because I have to layer the paint, so I had to paint the yellow like 4 coats. It's making the lighting go all whack, I apologize, but basically it's just a huge pumpkin, and then his ears are 2 mini pumpkins that I painted the same color and stuck in there with some like barbecue skewer sticks, like the wooden sticks with the sharp ends, and then I just painted his face. And Pooh and Piglet were both really easy. I never noticed, but the 100 Acre Wood characters have really like easy to create faces. It's just black eyes, a black nose, and then kind of a colorful mouth. So I am in love with my pumpkins this year, and yeah, I just wanted to share because I think he's cute. So yeah. Number 9 is least favorite costume, and I can't really think of anything. The thing that popped up in my mind was this. I was Winter Barbie one year, and I loved that costume, but I hated the tights and the wig I had to wear with it. And like, we went to the Halloween festival at school, and my mom took it very seriously, and we all looked very good. We wanted to win, and so I just remember being really fussy in that costume, but I remember loving it, and I have pictures, and I looked really pretty because I was like 8, but I had blush and mascara on, and I was excited. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Other than that, I actually didn't dress up at all 2 years ago because I went to Disneyland, and I don't know, I just didn't dress up, so that might be my least favorite year because I didn't dress up, and I love to dress up. Number 10 is, have you ever repeated a costume, and what was it? Yes, I have. I have 2 really good costumes that I keep in my closet at all times. I have a really nice custom-made Alice in Wonderland costume. The lighting is going insane. Sorry about that. I don't know why I bought a custom-made Alice in Wonderland costume off of eBay, but I did, and so I wear it all the time when I need a costume to wear. And it's just easy and cute to throw on, and people instantly know what you are. And then I also have a really nicely made Snow White costume that was actually my mom's costume, and it's just such a nice costume. It's like floor length. It has a really nice top to it. Again, it has like the headband, so you instantly know what you are, and I've worn that a couple years just because it's so nice, and I'm gonna keep it and probably wear it again, so yeah. Number 11, do you believe in ghosts? I I don't know. I want to say yes because I want to believe in them, but have I ever personally seen one? No. I've had friends and family members telling me stories about their ghost experiences, and I believe them. And when I watch like Long Island Medium and like Celebrity Ghost Stories, which I can't really watch because I couldn't sleep after I watched that, but I loved it. When I watch those shows, I believe them, so I want to say yes, but I personally have not experienced anything with ghosts. I'm not that cool, but I want to say yeah. And then number 12 is best Halloween memory. I have a lot of specific memories, of course, from each year, but my favorite thing about every year was I would get off the bus on Halloween after school, run home, and my dad would meet us on the front porch with our pumpkins, and we would start carving pumpkins. And I never really like did any of the sharp carving work, but I'm just terrified I have black lipstick on my teeth. But I was just out there with him doing it, and I helped him gut it, and I like kind of told him what I wanted, and he did it, and that's just one of my fondest memories, is running home, my dad waiting for us on the porch with all of our pumpkins. We had like steps on the porch and they were all going down, and he would carve each one of them for us. Sometimes we take him in to paint them, but he always carved a few. So yeah, just that, and going to the pumpkin patch with my family, I always really loved that too. Like I said, I grew up in a really Halloween friendly neighborhood, and my birthday's in October, so I always had Halloween themed birthday parties, so Halloween just has a special place in my heart. I love to dress up, I love all that kind of stuff, so yeah, I love Halloween, and I'm so excited for Friday. I'm gonna go now because the lighting outside is insane. I don't know what's going on, so I apologize. I'm gonna go take off this black lipstick, make myself some lunch, and yeah, I will see you guys on Friday, which is Halloween. I have a very special video planned that I'm excited about, and yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. I hope you have a good week, and yeah, love you guys.